The most important thing on this lake to learn is that the speed zone out in front. It's about 3/4 of a mile long and maybe 150, 200 yards across at its widest point. Now this is where the skiers, the speedboaters, the tubers all have to stay. And they have to go counterclockwise in this. Down that way, all the way to the end and up that way. And the thing with the skiers that you gotta remember, and the tubers, that's more important than anything, when you lose a skier or a tuber, you stop, slow your boat way down and turn right. Because if you turn left, another boat's gonna T-bone you. So you gotta be so careful. And I've been preaching this and preaching it. And the 2 on a tube thing, people say, well, that's not dangerous. Well, when you got 15 boats out here and you got 2 on a tube, and if you lose one, you might not know he's gone or she's gone. And I've seen that happen. Yeah. It's different. People just don't understand it. This lake is adequate for a lot of things, fishing in particular. This is a fabulous bass lake.
How many kayaks do you think there are?
Oh, I'd say 100 or better.
Are there? Yeah.
And the only thing that's tough about kayaks, at night, most kayaks don't have any lights on them. Yeah. And bam, it hasn't happened as yet, but we're trying to prevent it. Most of the fishermen, they'll have a light here on their hat.
Right.
Now they don't have the red and green on the front, or like you'd like, but the hat looks good. At 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll see 5 ski boats lined up down there at the end, waiting for the light to go from yellow to green. And then these are tremendous skiers now. These aren't the rank amateurs.
No, I know.
These guys really know what they're doing. And they'll go one at a time. And down they go, they make their run, come back, and they pull in, and another one will make his run and come back. And, right now, if I went out another 10 yards that way, we'd be in over 100 foot of water. This lake is real deep. Okay. But in the no wake zone, there is no counterclockwise and clockwise direction. You can go either way you want. And people will say to me, well, Paul, can I go across the ski zone? I said, sure. But you got to yield right away to the boat school, and this way and the boat school and that way. When I first started, that was 14 years ago, I was the only lake patrol person. And I had no idea what 4th of July was like. And they set the fireworks displays up on the dam. And the first year the guy called me, this runs it, and he's country fella, but a very nice guy. He says, Paul, I want you to keep them boats back 300 feet from the dam. I said, 300 feet? I said, why? He says, you see them cannons? I said, yes, sir, I do. He says, if that fell sideways, it'd blow a boat clean out the water. If the wind was blowing this way, they were all drifting into the fireworks. So I just stayed in front of everybody, went back and forth and back. Okay. Last year, the wind was blowing this way. It was the best fireworks display I'd ever seen. Because all the boats kept drifting back. Okay. One of the problems that we have out in the ski zone, when the ski boats come out, especially the new ones, they've got things inside their boat that they can set it, and they can make a 3-foot, 4-foot wave behind your boat. And that's for the wakeboard guys to ride. And that's all well and good. But everybody that's boats are up on shore.
When someone's like creating a dangerous wave, do you give them a warning first, or how does the process go?
I've always been that whatever you give me when I tell you about it is what you get. If the person says, all right, Paul, I'll take care of that, it won't happen anymore. Good, we're done. If they, oh, well, I think I have the right to do that, I say, well, there's such a thing as being dead right. And if they want to argue some more, then I give them a ticket. I go the opposite of counterclockwise. That way, when the boats are coming, they're coming right at me, and they say, I don't like people coming up behind me.
I got you. Okay.
When we've got people skiing with kids, there's a ton of them out here that can ski.
Yeah.
And when they start them out, you know, they want to start them out in the middle of the ski zone. I said, no, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you suggest, Paul? Start him out right here in the idle zone, right outside the ski zone. Your boat's in the ski zone, but he's not. And you could get him up on plane before, you know, so you can see exactly what's going on.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, and we're all for that. It doesn't say anything about skiers creating too much waves. It's the boats.
Right.
The only time you really get involved with a ticket in the idle zone is if they come out of the ski zone and stay up on plane and go back a couple hundred yards in the idle zone.
Yeah. What would you say are the 5 most important things that if you were got a new guy coming out here, what do you want him to be concerned about most of anything?
Just
Number 1 would be the wake, no wake.
Yeah. Number 2 is your operation in the ski zone. You got to go counterclockwise. When you drop your skier, you slow your boat down, make your turn to the right, come back to your skier, and pick them up. If you let them sit there, a lot of times people don't see them. You know, there's lights. See the green light up above the shelter house at the beach. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's one up there behind Willie's. And if in the summertime, say in June, July, and August, 9:30, that'll go from green to yellow.